All right. I'm here. I was up late last night, man. Playing video games. It's not like I didn't play enough of them during the day. No. Let's play more video games. What, like 9 p.m.? Bro, more like 3 a.m. Now, I played some P. Here's what happened. Nefudis messaged me at like 1 or 2 a.m. and he's like, hey man, can you check if the Golden Lie is shorter in New Game Plus? And I'm like, bro, there's no way that's true. And I started up and lo and behold, it was a little micro. It was a little bit smaller, so. I had the game open, so I had to do some stuff. I got the phone rang. I don't know why it was bugged before it rang this time. So I did that. I did play a lot of Soulstone Survivors. I don't know if they're screwing with me. I feel like they're gaslighting me because like I need all these Soulstones. Like one upgrade is like 90,000 Soulstones. Okay, well I get like 60,000 in 15 minutes. You're telling me it's going to take me like 25 minutes for one upgrade? Who the hell do you think you are, man? No time for that. I'm almost done, though. So I'm going to finish it, but... assholes. It's like... I see the new skip for P. I mean, if I were to run it, I'm going to do it glitchless anyways. What's the skip? No, post the link. Is it on YouTube? I respect glitched runs. I don't really like doing them. Lies of P skip. Hold on. It's on YouTube. I'm looking for it now. Estella Opera House skip. Whoa! Well, hold on. Well, okay, hold on. Oh, shoot, I just closed it. I'm so dumb. Like, instantly, I opened it and I instantly closed it. Why would I do that? Skip the Fire Boss and Archbishop? Jesus, Amatsuola. Let's, hold on, I'll put the camera on. People are like, the camera's not on, streamer.
In this video, I'll be showcasing a new skip that allows us to skip 2 major bosses.
Baby Romance solo. Alright, I know where this is.
The King's Flame and the Archbishop. For this skip, you need
the
boost
that's early. What?
In Venice Factory. The start of the skip takes place in the second chapter, The Elysian Boulevard.
Yeah, this is the second chapter.
Stargazer. At the end of the skip, you will be outside of the Rabbit Brotherhood boss fight arena.
I think they're gonna patch that. You could
technically skip the Rabbit Brotherhood
I feel like
fight,
they're gonna patch that out.
But doing so won't allow you to progress further into the game because the game checks
oops!
If you
We didn't put a collision box there.
Before you can continue. For the skip, you
He's
will
still
be
running.
entering the arena from out of bounds.
Oh my god!
So you will have to quit out once you enter.
Yeah, that building's gonna have a real wall soon. All of these things are gonna have real walls
once you're back in the game. Later in the video, I'll show you guys what will happen if you decide to immediately take the elevator.
Did I call it live on stream? I don't know if you did. I'll give you credit. I'll say you did it.
Share a clip where I'll immediately activate.
Is he gonna jump over there too? Whoa!
And their character models are not loaded in.
Is it really one big? Yeah. You know what?
I'll leave you guys.
All of those bastards saying, "Oh, Lies of P is too linear." Bro, the whole world is right there.
And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this skip.
He found the whole world. So where is he now? I would do all bosses. The only issue with all bosses is then I gotta like get enough humanity. But maybe there's enough humanity if you lie enough, right? So we got to the rabbit fight. So that lets him skip Fire Boss. Debated by game category. We're still... You not hear the Monster Hunter World title music in the background? That's a you issue. And Archbishop. Yeah, right. 3 and 4. So he's on 5. Yeah, wow. And then you're just like, hey, I'm back. I never met you. I never met you, but cool of you to be hanging out. Can't hold it any longer. So does the game think? Like, are they gonna give you the key? Does the game think you beat the boss?
The city asked me. The city.
Like I said, I would prefer to do all bosses, but...
That sounds very dangerous. You and your better. If you came from the... I knew the tree was I heard
wow.
The crotch many people...
Is the combat more Bloodborne or Souls?
Have no thanks for keeping...
Huh. It's maybe a little bit more like Sekiro in a way. Because the parries are a really big part of the game. Yeah, a little bit of both. He just triggered the door. They're running around, but he can't see it. They're invisible. Oh, it's great, Astalos. You should play it for sure. I don't know what happened. What a fucked up collection of YouTube thumbnails. I'm not ashamed of any of this. Soak it in. Soak it all in. Put it on your thumbnails, you bastards. Pokemon Jazz one. I saw one video. I wanted to see it. Hold on. Well, let's turn off the Monster Hunter music in the background. Her haircut looks like P from Lies of P. So I don't know if that's why it got recommended to me in YouTube. Man, how amazing would it be to be able to play a musical instrument like that? I mean, I know it's all just like practice, right? We're gonna play Monster Hunter. We're gonna talk about Monster Hunter soon. You learned the world run instead? Yeah. Do I dare compare the amount of views on this video to the Great Sword Zora 1 speedrun? That's painful. She deserves more. This should be like required just to watch this in curriculums. We're going to talk about my video game. People in Discord were making video game lists. Would it be easier with 10 years of practice playing an instrument or playing fighting games? I think you'd have a better career in instruments. Because, like, you could go out places and perform and people would, like, love that and appreciate it. Or you could play fighting games and like just get told your shit all the time, every day, by anyone you engage with in the community. You can get top of the world and people still hate you. There's no winning. That's the difference. With music, you know, you can learn, you know, Smoke on the Water or Freebird, and people at every party would be like, yeah, man, Freebird. Interesting music early on, your parents never put two and two together and asked if you wanted to take lessons. I mean, you still can, I guess. Even a cheap USB piano keyboard probably is enough to learn now. That's the one nice thing that came out of all those, like, Guitar Hero games. There's a lot of, like, decent, like, actually learn to play instruments stuff. Fiddle with ukulele once a week. I bet you're a hit at parties. There's even that trombone game. You could probably connect a real trombone to it. If they got a Joy-Con working as an IR sensor for trombone, you could definitely learn an actual trombone. 1 minute ad break? I think that one's like literally playing right now. Oh shoot, she died. Okay. Hold on, I gotta bring her back. Trust me, one's playing right now. I used to have like a Elgato Stream Deck, but the thing was constantly breaking, so I don't even bother plugging it in anymore. Just never buy it. Look, whether or not you want to get into streaming or not, or anyone you know wants to get into streaming or not, never buy a product from Elgato. Breaking? Yeah, the software just doesn't work. Like, I have to constantly plug it in and unplug it. For something that's supposed to make your life easier, one more step before you stream every day is not a good thing. This is 20 minutes long. I'm sorry, we're not going to listen to the whole thing, but good job. That was Partitia in C minor. Mine does the same thing. It's absolute garbage, man. Here, we'll go into the video game. We'll talk about... Wait, actually, no, we won't. We will soon, though. Here's my video. Oh, it's so large. Here's my video game list. We're going to talk about it. So I actually thought for a long time about whether or not Code Veronica is like the last on the list. This is not necessarily in like favorite order, but it's the things that came to mind when I thought about the best. Is there a list of your least favorites? If I can give myself credit for one thing, it is if a game sucks, I just stop playing it. And I feel like everyone should be the way that is. No, I like Dauntless. It would never go on any list. Dauntless is the equivalent of like Minesweeper. You don't necessarily play it because it's great. You just play it because like you've got time you got to kill. Whereas RE6 doesn't go on any list. It's games. Like some people are like, oh, I'm not going to list multiple games from a franchise, but like that's not Monster Hunter's fault. It's so good. And again, it's not necessarily listed from best to worst. It's just kind of like came to my, like games that were like very memorable. And in many cases, they, you know, we're just like, you know, some of the best in the genre, right? So, I mean, we don't have to talk about Iceborne. I thought for a moment about putting World without Iceborne. Because in many ways, World without Iceborne was a better game. But I've played it modded for so long now. Dragman doesn't go on the list. I played it for so long with mods that remove the claw stagger animation that it basically doesn't exist to me. So I know that's not really fair to people that play on console, but assuming you get rid of Claw Stagger, the game is basically perfect. No Dragma equals L plus Bozo. Dude, I've got so many Capcom games on here. Okay, if you wanted to get rid of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow for Dragon's Dogma, you probably could. Final Fantasy III, I use the North American title to signify that I want the Woolsey translation. It's actually really good. It's great. By far my most played RPG ever. I think I've played and beaten it. I mean, it has to be at least 10 times. It's just got a great cast. Like, it's one of those games that has, like, a huge ensemble cast of protagonists, and, like, everyone, even, like, the weird joke characters kind of gets a time to show up. I mean, I wanted to put a Dragon Quest on here, and, like, it's possible 5 or 6 beat 11, but I haven't beaten them. So I can't say for sure yet. 5 is probably the best start of any Dragon Quest ever. For Ultimate, obviously, in many ways can stack up and beat Iceborne, but stuck on a 3DS. Neo 2, absolute most varied and best combat in any game ever. It's just like, I don't know, if there's something it loses to Monster Hunter, it's the variety. And like the pacing is obviously much faster. Lies of P immediately up there. If you want to say, is part of the reason it's up there because you've got a puppet twink boy as the protagonist? Yeah. What are you gonna do? Sue me. All right? I don't care. It's a good game. It's easily right there with Neo 2 and one of my top games of all time. I put Fallout 1. Fallout 3 and 4 are bad. New Vegas is okay, but honestly, like, the tone and setting and world building of Fallout 1 was so different. And honestly, like, really impressive at the time. Like, there was really nothing else like it before it came out. And Fallout 2 is again, in a lot of ways, like a better game, but I just feel like in this case, the original gets it for the absolute, like, shock value. Like, you're exploding people, you've got all these skills. You know, the world itself hasn't been, like, built and established. It feels like when you start Fallout 3, they're like, oh yeah, idiot, of course there's a wasteland. Like, it's all just, like, taken for granted, you know? The original Fallout, like, your society is so inclusive. Like, you're going to die because, like, your water chip broke down. And, like, there's no information at all about the outside. Fallout 3, there's, like, rad scorpions inside the base. You're getting in fights with each other. It's like a birthday party. It's stupid. Final Fantasy V is mostly because of the festas that are held periodically. The story is just kind of okay, but the job system is really fun, especially when you limit yourself. The job system is, like, really, really good. Chrono Trigger, again, it's like, I know where Chrono Cross was going, and I've tried a couple times to actually fully beat Chrono Cross. Who did I marry in 64? I think it was Maria the Librarian. Let's double check. What was her name? I still remember her name, man. I still got it, dude. I still got it, man. You think I'd forget her? Huh? That's Maria. She does not like bugs or monkeys, and yet I showed her a monkey every day until eventually, just by talking to her, she got to the point where she wanted to marry me. So it was a hard one. I did play again at one point, and I did marry, I think her name is like Karen. She's not a good person. She's like a major alcoholic. I think it was Karen. Yeah, she likes wine, man. She's definitely more fun. But I wanted to be the one getting drunk on the mountaintop with my child, and I couldn't have both of us doing that, so. Yeah, these are my favorite games, yeah. Some of my favorite games. Oh, all right. So we skipped ahead to Harvest Moon 64. Silent Hill 2, still the GOAT. I know it's like, there's like a million video essays on YouTube about how great Silent Hill 2 is. And now you've got Blooper Team remaking it. Is that right? Bloober? And that's going to suck. I don't see them making it any better. Funny thing about Silent Hill 2 is like Silent Hill 3 came shortly after and it was pretty good. But after that, like everything fell apart, man. Everything fell apart after Silent Hill 3. Any shred of talent they had. Yeah, I mean, I just like Silent Hill 2 because I like Maria, you know. The concept of Maria, she's fucked up, man. Is this a tier list or a game list? It's a game list. 25 of my most favorite games. Monster Hunter Portable third, again, like it could go anywhere in the list with Monster Hunter games. But you can't really have a list without it. Same thing with Freedom Unite. They're all the best of the respective generations. You don't really need first gen Monster Hunter. How many hours Killing Floor 2 I have? Oh, that's a good question. It says 90 hours, but I also played it on console some as well. I probably have like around like 150 to 200. Silent Hill 2 is where Pyramid Head joined the series? Dude, like, this is not my video essay moment for Silent Hill 2. But he should only be in Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill is supposed to like represent the protagonist and the bad parts of him. And it's representative of James. He's not like, woo, I'm the Freddy Krueger of Silent Hill land. He's just, you know, Harry's antagonist. I think a lot of people have Symphony of the Night on their list. I think Symphony of the Night's a great game. I just like Soma, and I like the soul mechanic of Castlevania. I feel like a list would be weird without any Metal Gear Solid. And I feel like out of all of them, 3 is probably the best. That's up for debate. 5 is pretty good too. I would even, if I wanted to piss people off, I would think about putting Metal Gear Survive on there. Gator, hello. Planescape Torment, man. Like out of all those, is it BioWare? Why isn't Baldur's Gate 3 on here yet? It almost matches Planescape Torment in terms of storyline. It's close. It's really close. It's a game that you have to play. Best part about Planescape Torment is there is a small side quest where you meet like a rich guy who I think is also immortal. And the side quest is to find a item that will allow him to wipe his memory forever of everything he's ever done because he's already experienced everything. He wants to experience everything again for the first time again. And I just like, that one side quest sticks with me forever. Like, how great would that be? Selectively like mind wiping yourself, like giving yourself dementia. So you could experience everything again for the first time. Survive isn't a good game, but it's a game that you could play if you enjoy the gunplay of Metal Gear Solid 5. I felt like I had to put a Mario game on here. And I feel like 1 through 3 in Super Mario World basically covers it. I played and enjoyed 64. I didn't really play many of the 3D games after 64. How's it going? We're talking about video games. Disco Elysium makes me mad. It's really not a video game. It's a visual novel. But in terms of like Western developed visual novels and just like the character of like Harry, it's pretty good. Hold on, there's a song that I play whenever we talk about the fan-made song. This is like the game in a nutshell to me. This song really slaps. It's so cool. Here's Exo Primal. How much you paying me? I can be bribed. There was a while every time this popped up in my YouTube recommended, I had to click it. This is actually not in the game, but is inspired by the game. So I think that's really cool that you've got fans that are so inspired by the game that they can create music that's this inspired. So play Disco Elysium. It's unlikely that we will ever see it again. There's been some real problems with the studio and the developer and the publisher. Like any of the Deus Ex games, they get a little muddy. They're all right, but they get a little, I don't know. Spend a lot of time looking at like data logs, you know what I mean? So play Disco Elysium, because it's like, it's gonna be like Silent Hill 2, possibly, in that we may never see exactly it again. Killing Floor 2, again, there's not like a lot of time there, but in terms of like shooting man games, like cooperative shooting man wave clear games, it's a really fun game. It really is great. I don't know what's going on with my hours played. It says 90 hours. I feel like I've played it a lot more than 90 hours. But even still, 90 hours, I mean, that's not bad. That's like working a full-time job for 2 weeks and then some. So, it's good. Demon Souls, if you had to pick a Souls game, I don't know. I just like this armor set and this pose of this dude. Just like some weird ass, like super medieval, like I died. Like that's what I like. I feel like as we've go further down the From Software rabbit hole, it's less about I'm just a dude in a heavy set of armor to like I'm a dragon that can shoot laser arcane beams. And like, I'm not saying I don't have fun with that. Of course I have fun with that, but I just want to be a guy in a heavy suit of armor, killing stuff, trying not to die to traps. And I feel like Demon Souls got it perfectly in one. Max Payne 2, very good game. Slow motion. Like, I was like, there's this weird noise that happens when you slow down time when you shoot your gun. And at first it's annoying, and then you're like, man, that's kind of amazing. So it's a good game, but way better than Max Payne 1. Unfortunately, like Max Payne 1 has like some really annoying sections that Max Payne 2 just like gets rid of it. We already talked about Harvest Moon 64. There's definitely better Harvest Moon games. I just remember playing it a lot and having a lot of fun. Same thing with Dragon Quest 11. Like there may be better ones, but like it's just like so well done. It's just like such a good game. You make arguments like, is 3 better? Is 4 better? Is 5 better? 7's probably not better. 8 is amazing. 9 is really good. 10 you can't really play. They're all great. But, you know, I like 11. I don't think anyone's going to get mad at you for liking 11. Like, how dare you not list 3? You could be a jester. Devil May Cry 3, probably my favorite. I love, does she have a name? I remember her just being called Girl. And thinking that was really funny. Lady. Lady. Sorry. Dude, I wanted her to shoot me with a rocket launcher. Mary. Mary is her previous name. Like, am I alone on that? Can you just, like, shoot me with a rocket launcher? Just explode me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. She's just, what's amazing about her is, as far as I can tell, she's just a human with a lot of weapons. And she, like, goes toe to toe with Dante. And I think that's amazing. A lot of really fun weapons, a lot of really fun bosses. Huge improvement over Devil May Cry 2. That game was bad. Bloodborne, I mean, it's a good game. Even with its weird-ass frame pacing issues that's, like, real bad. Performance issues that are real bad. The Chalice dungeons alone, I think they make the game for me, you know? Like, they're so good. The expansion is so good. The main game is so good. Everything's so good. The trick weapons are so good. All right, really funny, funny thing on here, Quake. I don't even play first-person shooters on stream. I get demolished. But it's really less Quake and more like the multiplayer. Played a lot of Quake multiplayer. Played a lot of modded Quake multiplayer. I mean, there was like Team Fortress on Quake. There's a lot of stuff going on there, you know? Yeah, you could easily put Half-Life on there. The first Half-Life. I remember with Half-Life, you could install like Counter-Strike 1.6 as a mod. And then later on, like, it got released as a standalone game. I'm like, why are you idiots buying the standalone box? Just install the mod. You're wasting your money. And then I wanted to put one Resident Evil game on here. I know people saying it's mid. It's not mid. Rebecca's amazing. And so is Steve, even though he's got like the most annoying voice known to man. His voice is terrible. But he gets 2 Lugers, and they look really cool. They remade it for the Wii? Which one? Halo? Planescape Torment? What are we talking about? Halo was an Xbox game. Veronica. Well, I think it got ported to the PS2. I only ever played it on the Dreamcast. So I don't know if they got extra stuff. Native to this Dreamcast, it is also on PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Furthermore, in 2011, Capcom released HD remasters of the game for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Huh. Let me check something. I mean, it's probably better on other platforms than on the Dreamcast. You only had one analog stick. I don't even know how you would play it. Was it digital only? I have no idea. I'm looking it up now. It might have been digital only. Buy Resident Evil Code Veronica X Xbox. Now in HD. I wonder if they really upscaled the textures. Like, I wonder if they used better source quality or if they used AI. It does not look much better on the Xbox 360 from what I'm seeing here. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit better. That looks grainy as hell. What is this list? A list of video games that I enjoy. That looks like, you know what that looks like? That looks like a screenshot that was in a magazine that they printed out. What? Huh? You played Planescape Torment? Oh, it's one of the best games of all time. Yeah. How the hell, how do you even play the HD version if you wanted to play it? Do you have to buy it? Is there like a disc? You can buy a case, but you can't buy the game. I think it's digital only. That's weird, man. Okay, fair enough. I don't think there's a disc. Let's check Amazon. Nope. Must be digital only. That's weird, man. I guess that's one reason to keep an Xbox around. How much is it? $20. Interesting. Cyberpunk DLC came out? Yeah. So that's my list. I think it's a good list. If you haven't played any of these games on this list, some of them are old and don't stack up. Like, I wouldn't go out and play Quake. Or what else? Maybe Fallout 1 might be really rough to get into. Everything else, though, is still very playable in the modern era. Everything else is timeless. Oh, Harvest Moon 64 might be rough as well. Other than that, these are all good games. If you've not played and beat these games, you should play and beat these games. Start to finish. Quake is still good. I just don't know that I would be like, yeah!